Two more.
Hi everybody, I keep screwing everything up. Hold on one second. Okay, yay! Everything now is sort of working. Hi, hi everybody. Um, how are you, how is everybody in the world doing? And specifically, how are my wonderful role-playing people doing today?
I'm good.
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 Yeah.
Took a nap.
Nice.
Yeah.
That seems like a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did not. I laid down for a minute and then went, nope. If I try to take a nap, I'm gonna be totally asleep when I'm trying to do things. So I got back up. Because once I nap, I'm like out of it for about 3 or 4 hours after the fact.
Oh, that's
So,
not
yeah, it's like I can't nap if I have to actually be like awake.
functioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, despite all the crazy technical issues, I don't know. I've got all this music planned for like background music and stuff because I made it work, but now it isn't working right. So,
Oh.
you guys will hear it, but not those of you who are watching on stream. Unless I can somehow make it that the music level is not the same for both that I have open. Like if I make that go up, it goes up for both. Yeah, I can't do it. Is there a way to like mute a web page that you guys know of?
If it's Chrome, you can click the little speaker icon at the top of the tab,
Can you?
Yeah.
and it'll mute it. Yeah. It'll put a little cross through it.
It's not though. I'm clicking. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Well, now we only have it once.
Awesome.
I just left everything. So yeah, tech is fun, guys. I don't know how to fix it anymore. I give up. I'm just gonna do some things for a second. Move this over to where it should be, and hopefully, oh no, that's just even better. Okay, that's working now. Great. I'm not the jam anymore, but at least the stream is working. I will be the jam again at some point, hopefully. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But for today, the music stuff's not gonna happen. So I won't know what's going on with that, so there might be stuff going on. Like now, the intro music's still happening, but whatever. Just whatever. Maybe I'll turn that off. Now that I'm a GM again. Okay, well, now that, you know, all the fun, exciting things of nothing working has happened, which happens every week, right? Like something has to go wrong. There's no potential way that I could not have something go wrong. Because that's just how it goes. Let me just get that recorded. Yeah, great. You're detecting magic. Good plan.
Oops. Hey, there might be magic at play.
There is. It's called the anti-tech magic. That is ruining the world, is ruining my world right this moment, apparently. But anyway, into the world of the game. If you guys just want to introduce yourself and your characters and remind everybody a little bit about who your characters are, 'cause it's been a while since we've seen you. That'd be super great. Let's start with Rusty because you're the closest camera to me.
Okay. So I play a rogue named Rusty, and he's a half elf, and he does rogue things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I play Pew Pew, a human wizard, a 17-year-old girl who has always been popular and very rich and is a pain in the butt. Yeah.
But a lot of fun with it. All right, thanks. So last time that you guys were here, when we left off, you had just woken up and it was magic wasn't working again. It was tech time. But we actually are going to retcon that just a little bit and go back to the middle of the night before that, because that's what I did with the other group. So I don't remember who had which watch. I'm sure you guys don't remember that either. But we're just going to say, for the sake of argument, that Rusty, you have the third watch. And
Okay, sure.
you're watching. And it's, just another night. You weren't in the forest really. You were kind of in an open field. I don't know if you knew this, but you were sort of in an open field because you wanted somewhere you could graze the horses, and you were just kind of at the edge of civilization. In fact, I'm going to show you guys where you are because I made a map, a whole map.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's not how you see it though. You see it when I do this. That's how you see it. So, it's not, I didn't make a map. I Googled a map, obviously. So basically, just to give everybody an idea who doesn't want to Google a map themselves of what's going on. So we're going to say right now you guys are kind of around startup, which is right around there for those who don't want to look for it. And where you're going is outside of Wellington, which is over here. Is that showing up on your guys's?
Yeah,
Yeah,
showed up for
okay.
me.
It's not showing up on the other one, but whatever. I don't care. Roll20 is not working for me today. So basically you're kind of reaching the end of, like, there's still towns, there's still, stuff going on, but you're going to be more in the forest. And there is a river right quite near to where you camped, which was part of why you chose that particular campsite, probably. So you're taking watch, you're hanging out outside. You kind of wander towards the horses a little bit, check on them, and you can hear the river, you can hear, the birds chirping, whatever. And you sort of wander a little closer to the tree line. For whatever reason, you're probably bored. You've been up for a couple hours. And make 4 constitution checks.
Checks or saving throws?
Saves, sorry. 4 con saves.
Do I just have to click twice because we're doing 4 of them?
Sure.
Will that work?
That works, yeah. Okay. So all of a sudden, as you're sort of approaching the trees, you think you feel something hit your neck, like a bug has bitten you. But it's the middle of the night, so it's kind of strange. And so you kind of go to slap at it, and then you feel like another one hit you on the other side of your neck, and then one on your arm. And as this is happening, almost instantaneously, you just get super groggy, you fall to the ground, and you are unconscious.
Awesome.
Meanwhile, everyone else is asleep. Pew, you weren't sleeping very well. You had the next watch, so you were kind of awake, the way you kind of wake up early when you have to wake up early sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you hear something thud outside. And so,
Okay.
but you don't really know. You just think maybe you hear something thud. And you kind of have to go to the bathroom. So you know, sort of sneakily make your way out of your tent to go and check. And but you don't see anything. Like everything looks calm and quiet. You don't see Rusty, but you don't see anything out of the ordinary. So I'm just going to say that you, having to go to the bathroom, make your way also towards the woods a little bit.
Okay.
And I want you to roll 4 Constitution saves.
Where's my things?
Sorry, I'm sort of telling you what you're doing just because I have to get you to the point that I want you to be at.
That's okay. Oh wait, that's what I wanted. Oops. It's been a little bit. Why is it not? Oh, there's the scroller. Okay, good morning.
Okay. So for you, you feel one thing hit your neck and you're out. Like first one, just you're out. So
Whew.
presumably more hit you. I mean, you don't know, but both of you are just completely unconscious. No idea what's going on. And at some point in time later, you have no idea because you are completely knocked out. You wake up and you're still groggy. You're pretty out of it, but both of you wake up around the same time. Rusty maybe wakes up a little earlier, but you know, as you're kind of slowly waking up, by the time one is awake, the other one's waking up. So it's fairly similar. And you look around and you are in like a ruined house, maybe, but pretty ruined. And it was made out of bricks or something like that. And the ground is a little bit soggy that you're laying on. You're just laying on the ground. There's an open ruined door and some open ruined windows. Or not open, but just gone, you know, holes for doors and windows. And yeah, and you're just laying there and both of you are there and the rest of your group is not there.
Do I have any of my stuff with me? Oh, that I was wearing because I would have had weapons and stuff.
Are you
That's the first thing I check for.
Your weapons are not there.
What the hell happened? Is it light out, by the way? Is it
yeah.
dark still? Okay.
No, it's light. There's light coming in.
Ooh.
Hard to tell exactly how light, but it's definitely daytime. And magic is down.
Oh. What does it look like outside of the windows? Or is there windows?
Yeah, there's windows. You'd have to like get up and go check.
Okay.
Yeah, I start looking around immediately to see if there's like a threat.
Okay.
Slowly.
Yeah, it's like you're dizzy. It takes a minute. It's not really easy to get up. But as you're sort of doing this, you know, trying to get up and figure out what's going on, you notice that there are 2 figures standing outside the door, not looking at you. And they're silhouetted. You can't see them very well, but they seem to be very short and very strange looking.
Okay.
And I look over at Pew and motion to be quiet.
Pew does an internal check with herself. Should she say something out loud?
How
I just want to have time to
right
get less groggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys take a couple minutes to try to clear up a little bit.
Yeah. With the hands. Even though there's not technology right now, like maybe my hands feel better. Can I like internally check to see if my spells are prepped? Like, even though there isn't that technology out there, can I just check to see if I feel like I know my spells for the day?
It's kind of hard to just feel it, but you feel like you probably do.
Okay.
The air isn't tingly or anything. You don't have that sort of sensation of being surrounded by magic or whatever it is. But you do have sort of this internal feeling of like you could do things if you wanted to. It might be a little harder, but you could do them.
Okay. 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 So that's good to know. So I look over at Rusty and then like make a wild gesturing of hands. So both like, let's go figure out who those guys are or what's in here. I'm not sure. Okay.
I get up and I go to like, I don't know the layout exactly, but I try to get to like the side of the door. And then is there like tables or chairs or anything like
it's just
small
empty.
objects in the room?
There's like some rocks and debris that has fallen in, some sticks, but no, like this has been a ruin for a really long time.
I'm kind of looking around for something I could use, but yeah, screw it. Hey, you lot, what'd you do to us? And like kind of holler at the short things outside.
Okay. And they, both of the silhouettes sort of turn in towards you. And you see them sort of look at each other. And one of them goes, rup, 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 rup. And the other one,
What do they look like?
they're still sort of silhouettes. It's hard to tell exactly what they look like, but they don't look terribly humanoid. Like, they look humanoid, but not human.
Oh, okay.
And the other one sort of goes, "Rup, you awake."
Yeah, the fuck did you do? And I go to like just walk out towards them.
And he has a spear, and they both have spears.
Hmm.
And
Oh, okay.
he points the spear at you. You stay.
How outside do I get, and can I see anything else?
You don't get to the
So it's-
outside unless you're going to go through the spear.
Oh.
Okay, then. I'm like, all right, and I'll back off and then go look out the window and
Okay.
just like see what is outside.
Okay. So you look outside the window, and I'm going to see if fog of war actually works the way it's supposed to. And do you see where you are?
It's just black for me.
It's just black. Okay. So it's not working how it's supposed to.
Or
Yeah,
it's working too good.
Or it's working too well. Like maybe if you click on your thing, does it show something? I don't know. I can just get rid of it. It's not really that important. Hey cat, I can't see through you. Okay. Okay, so you probably will have to scroll down, but you can find your little icons. So you're in this like ruined little house. And as you look out the windows, you can see that you're in like maybe an really old ruined village. And it's swampland, but there's trees overarching everything. It's kind of like it's daytime clearly, but you can't really see the sun because there's so many trees. There's like a river that goes through. And outside the window, you can see more little figures moving around. And as you look, actually do a perception check.
Just Rusty or?
He's the one looking out the window. If you want to look out the window, you can too.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, you just see little figures roaming around. But you just can't make out why they look weird, but they definitely look weird. Sort of like the silhouette standing in the doorway.
yeah, I just start talking to them again. I'm like, what do you want? Yeah, we're awake. What's going on? Why are we here?
And they kind of make whatever their weird sounds are to each other for a little bit. And then, sorry, I'm trying to make things be right for the stream. And then the one that talked to you before turns back to you and says, "You, slave, now."
Oh, fuck that.
And he sort of jabs at you a little bit with his spear and says, "Stay here," and walks away. But the other one's still
So
there.
there's one of them there.
And you're still feeling, a little woozy. Like you don't feel completely right yet.
Awesome. So I just look over at Pew and I'm like, well, this is shitty. You have a headache too?
Yeah, I'm feeling not great right now. Is there coffee?
I doubt it. Maybe we can find something, but not looking forward to being a slave though.
Maybe let me talk to them and see if I can convince them that we're not slaves and they want to get us coffee. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Can I do
Sure.
that?
How do you want to go about doing that?
I want to convince them with my dazzling wit.
Okay, convince them
I think.
with your dazzling wit.
Persuasion? Persuasion. Right, I'm gonna go with
Okay, you're not going to tell me what
that.
you tell
Okay,
them?
I'm gonna.
All right. So you talk
I tell
away.
them that I was like,
Yeah, you're talking.
like,
Oh, there is lag delays.
come on, we aren't really slaves. You want to give us coffee, all the coffee right now. We would like some coffee. We want all the coffee. It's really early. I feel groggy. You feel groggy. We want coffee.
Does she just
I
sound
don't
drunk to me right
Care
now?
what you look like. I don't know what you look like, but you don't look right. And she goes on for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Convincing.
So you try really hard to convince this figure that you're not a slave and that you really need coffee. And it just, you can't really tell if it's looking at you, but you get the feeling that it's just kind of looking at you blankly through the entire tirade.
Okay.
I'll come over and join in and be like, look, sorry, I don't know if you want us as slaves. She's pretty slow and can't talk right anyway. But and I've got this heart condition where if I work, I'm just gonna like keel over and die. You could probably steal better people for it, but
So you don't get a response either. It's
I'm
just kind
just-
of looking at you, and it sort of shakes its spear a little bit.
Okay.
great. And so are the windows on the front of the building?
There is one on the front. There are like a couple, there's one in the back, there's one on the side. Like it's not remotely a secure building. It is falling down.
Okay. I just kind of obviously I'm like, well, I guess we better stay here and then like sit down and relax and kind of just wait till the guy turns around.
Okay.
Pew is not that smooth. Pew is like, well, I really still need coffee. She decides, you know what? I'm going to pretend to see if there's something like I'm going to try and deceive them. I think there's something weird going on the other side of whatever is going on. So I'm going to try. And I'm really not. I stick my finger, go, look, there's a dragon.
And the you see the figure sort of look over to follow your pointing finger and then look back at you. And you get the distinct impression that it is very puzzled.
I'm like sitting a couple feet away, just facepalm really hard because it just did not work.
No, it didn't work at all. I mean, I guess he did follow the direction your finger was pointing for a second. He looked over.
Um, well, okay. Uh, what else does Pew Pew have up her sleeve?
So
I'm
while you're
thinking.
thinking about this, the first one comes back, or at least another one does. And so now there's two of them again, and they sort of chit chat again for a second. And then the first one comes in to your little house, if you will. And he's actually carrying, and now you can see him more because you're sort of all in the same lighting. And he looks like a frog that's on two legs and carrying a spear.
Woo, lad. Look at, oh boy. Hi. Oh,
And he's carrying a spear in one hand and he's carrying like a platter in the other hand that has food on it.
what sort of food is it?
Is there coffee?
Well, you do a perception check for coffee.
I'm perceiving some more coffee than I am perceiving.
So you are able to make out most of the items on this tray. There is some, like, maybe watercress or some kind of vegetable matter. And there is some meat of some form. You
Is
know,
it cooked?
it's cooked.
Mm.
And there are what look like cooked slugs.
I'll avoid the
And
slugs, but I'll try the other stuff.
and he puts down the tray. He's being very cautious. You know, he's holding his spear and he sort of slides the tray at you and says, "You eat now."
Is there any drink with it? Any water or anything?
There's some water. It doesn't look
Okay,
completely clear. There's water.
great.
No coffee.
Pew is slightly underwhelmed by this display of food. Hmm.
I avoid the slugs, but kind of have a little taste of the other stuff. How disgusting is it?
It's actually, I mean, it's pretty bland. Like they clearly don't go in for spices, but it's not bad. It's, you know, some kind of meat that was cooked, maybe a little raw, but cooked. And the vegetable stuff is kind of just like probably you're going to stick with watercress, something like that.
Okay.
So it's not
I'll
bad.
take
It's
some
just not
bites.
terribly good either.
After seeing Rusty eat some food, I will attempt to eat it too. So,
Okay.
eat some too.
Okay.
Yeah, I get a little in my stomach, and then after a bit, realizing that the food isn't as terrible as I expected, I pick up one of the slugs, and I'm like, don't they serve these in some of those really fancy restaurants?
Yes.
And like just dangle it in front of you.
Pew takes up on this offer and tries to slug for once in her life.
Ooh, wow.
Slug is really good. Like it's
Oh,
surprisingly good food.
okay.
Hmm. Wow. Okay.
Pew,
I'll try one too.
It's delicious.
All right. I'll get in on that slug action.
Okay. You also find that the slug's pretty good.
Hope
Amazingly,
this isn't drugged.
it's good slug.
Swear to God, if these assholes try to drug us again. Uh,
Speaking
need to
of
get-
which, I need you both to make Constitution saving throws.
yes.
Just how many? 4?
Just one.
Yes.
No.
Okay. So, Pew, you find yourself like you were already feeling out of it and just, you know, not well, but now you find yourself also feeling really lethargic.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you just want to sit there. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to think anything. You're just like, you're not necessarily tired, you're just like lethargic. Rusty, you feel basically how you felt before. You're still recovering from whatever it was that they got you with, but you don't have that sort of immediately lethargic feeling.
Okay.
Mm.
Ugh. I think I'm
You're
gonna
right
go
over
lay down.
there. You're looking a little lazy in the eyes. You okay?
Yeah, her eyes are like glazed over.
I think I'm gonna go take another nap. I'm tired.
Oh, God damn it. Oh. I just look. Is the one still standing there, like watching us eat?
He's backed up to the door, but
Are
yeah,
they facing away from us now?
he's facing towards you still, watching you eat. The other one's facing away.
Okay. So, what do you want us to do? What do we just eat? Like, what do you want? What do you want us to?
He, like now, the longer you're in this building, the more you can sort of see his facial expressions because you're adjusting more to the fact that there's light behind him and you're in the dark. And he looks, I mean, it's hard to tell because he's a frog, but he maybe looks a little confused. And he sort of shakes his spear at you and says, "You slave now."
Yeah, you said that, but like, what do they? Do you think they know what slave means? Do you know what slave means?
He just looks really confused.
Oh, it's gonna be a long day.
Pew at this point is just passed out and asleep wherever she just decided to lay down.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And after a minute, the frog that was sort of talking to you sees that Pew's sleeping and then pokes his spear a little bit at you, Rusty, and says, "You!" And you can see he's clearly struggling for a word. Like, this is not his first language. And
I know we talked about this, but my character knows Spanish, right?
yeah.
In Spanish, I'm like, habla español? And just start like, I'm like trying stuff. I'm just like, eh?
And he responds, "Brop, brop, brop, brop."
And Elvish that is like newly come to me. I'm just like, habla Elvish?
And you get more.
Come on,
more
man, I'm
croaks
trying.
in
All right,
response.
fine.
And then
this is gonna be.
he motions you towards the door.
What about her? And I just like point back at her.
He shrugs, motions you towards the door.
All right. Well, I might as well see what he wants because he's got a spear and I don't. So I guess I'll follow his orders.
Okay. So.
And how tall are they? Like waist high?
Yeah, like 2.5 feet. They're short. They're really short.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, I'll follow him, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, their spears are still pointy. So he like sort of shoves you out of the house a little bit, and then pokes at you with his spear, and says, "Go forward."
All right. I'm just looking around now to try to see stuff now that my eyes have adjusted some and I'm outside.
Okay. So you see what you saw through the window, that this is a very old, ruined town probably, but like everything's made out of stone. So it's probably not a town that was in this area.
The main thing on my mind is I'm trying to look and kind of identify where our stuff might be. Because like I don't have my weapons on me. Right. I presume I have all my clothes though.
Yeah, you're wearing your clothes.
Do I have anything else in my pockets? Or did they like
Nothing
empty
that
everything
could
out?
be a weapon, but anything else they would have left in your pockets.
Okay. So like probably my phone and a lighter and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
that's all in there.
Okay.
And so again, you see these figures sort of walking, and they're walking in pretty clear patrol paths. And, now that your eyes have adjusted and you're used to it, you can tell that there are more of these frog people things that are walking around. And they're sort of working around this area, and in the far side corner, you can see what looks like maybe an old ruined church or temple of some form.
Is that the thing at the top
Yeah, the
left of
top
the map?
left.
Okay.
And that is the most sort of full building still. Everything else is pretty falling apart, but that one looks like ruined, but still maybe more habitable.
Okay.
And there is a big building a little closer off, sort of center right, that also looks like it's a little more put together. And you can see like the patrolling frog people seem to sort of every now and then they go in. I mean, you don't have that long to look, but you see one go in and another one, or the same one, it's really hard to tell, come out. And the ones around you that you see are all green, like they're kind of forest frog, like, or not forest frogs, those would be, but anyway, like tree frogs, like just kind of green.
Okay.
But as you're sort of looking towards the church temple thing, you notice that there's one walking along that's like purple.
Hmm. Okay. Neat. And is it which direction am I going? Like I don't know
So
where.
he's kind
Like
of
I moved my
shoving at
character
you.
up.
Yeah, and you don't know really where he wants you to go. He's just kind of like shoving at you.
So I point kind of and sort of stumble like a couple like slowly walk a couple steps forward.
Okay.
And I'm like, there? Which direction? And I'm just like pointing,
Okay. And then
acting
he
confused.
sort of
Look, man.
follows your pointing and then points you towards the north, where there's some look like more swampland. Like the river has become like just a big swampy area.
Okay. I'm looking for anyone, I guess, as I walk that's not a frog person.
Okay.
And then I guess just move my character as I go. I'm just gonna walk and
Yeah, and he's just taking you up there. You don't see anybody that's not a frog person. But as you make your way up towards the swampy area, you notice another purple frog and a yellow frog walking around the temple.
do they seem different? Like are they wearing different stuff or like other than their coloring?
Mostly just that none of them are really wearing very much. So mostly it's just their coloring that's different.
But they're
Some
hanging
of them
out
are
like,
wearing sort of some scraps of hide, but you just notice different colors for the most part.
God, this sucks. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep going and kind of keep an eye out. So there's like the two sort of main buildings and like some other just rubble.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go kind of where he wants because I don't really have a plan yet.
Okay. And he continues to, sort of poke at you until you get to the little swampy area. And in it, you notice that they have sort of divided up some of the sections into like pools, and that these pools are like the water's kind of kept a little separate. Like they've worked really hard to divide them up into some pretty nice pools. And
Okay.
sort of around this swampy area, there are 2 of the purple frog people and 4 green ones, all sort of hanging out watching the area.
Okay, so are they armed also?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, everybody, all of them are armed that are in this particular area.
Cool. And so does he like lead me there and stop?
Yeah. And then he, you kind of,
I,
and
what?
one of the purple ones looks over at you guys and goes back at him and then walks over towards you and looks at you. You are slave now. You are
Yeah,
our
he told
slave. You
me.
do what we say.
Okay. What, what, what do you want me to do?
You clean pools.
Down in there?
Yes. They must be very clean.
Okay. Uh, Tools? Like, do I have like anything to use? What do you, how do I, what do you want me to clean it with?
Hands.
Okay. Uh, and I'm just like kind of looking around, still getting the lay of the land, I guess. But like right now though, like you want me to
You
dive in right
clean.
now? And so I like if there's like anything floating on the water, I just like like try to scoop it up with my hand, like really lazily though. Like I'm
Like
just
the
like
worst
eyeing
pool
him.
cleaner ever.
Yeah, I'm scooping like a pine needle out of the water, like with like really slowly. I'm like,
Okay. And the
huh?
water in the pools is actually quite shallow. Like you, as you're sort of cleaning the pools, you
So it's like
notice that
a
part of their pool making was to make the water level be, or, the ground level be higher so that the pools were much shallower than the area around them. And
uh,
they seem content. Like they go back to doing their thing.
uh, okay. I guess I continue kind of lazily cleaning the pools badly,
Okay.
and trying to just like think things through, like kind of trying to shake off this hangover and like remember what happened and wonder if Pew's gonna show up and be like totally pissed off that she has to clean things, and kind of just keep an eye out for stuff and see if there's anything interesting that happens that I think could be useful.
Okay. Roll perception.
Oh,
Um, yeah. So as you're cleaning, at various times, the guards around the pools change. One will come and relieve another one, and they don't seem super formal about it. The more you watch, the more you notice that they're not like really regimented by any means. They're patrolling, they're doing their thing, but they're kind of haphazard about it. But you definitely get the feeling that the green ones are like way lower in the hierarchy than the purple ones. Like
neat.
they don't really bow, but they kind of, if the purple one barks some weird order at them because you certainly can't understand it, like they kind of, just duck a little bit and nod and scurry off.
So I'm gonna keep doing this, and then I haven't really figured out anything really to do because there's a lot of them, and I don't really want to fight anything because it just seems dumb. But I turned my phone on because I feel like it's gonna work right now.
Okay.
Right? Because that's what
Yeah.
you said earlier. So I turn it on at some point, and I wait because it's got to start up and stuff. And then at some point, like maybe by the row of them, or like at a spot, I just want to get a picture because I'm not sure our friends are going to believe me because these
Okay.
things are just weird. So I just want to get like a picture or two real quick, like sneakily. Like if you're at Walmart and you want to take a picture of somebody that's really weird looking, like you just sneak a photo. Yeah, like
I
that.
mean, I don't, but okay.
Just, in general,
Apparently you do.
the collective you.
Uh-huh, sure. Yeah, so you managed to get off a couple pictures. Um, and they don't seem terribly concerned by what you're doing. Like every now and then one kind of comes over and looks at what you're doing and sort of, nods or something, makes some kind of motion and then goes back doing their thing.
All right. Well, if they don't wanna. How deep does the water look? Just like a foot deep? Is it like a wading pool but for short frogs?
So the
Like, is
pools
it?
are
Yeah.
quite shallow. They're about a foot deep, and then the
Okay.
water around it is more like 2 to 3 feet deep.
How cold is the water? Is it heated at all, or is it just cold?
Surprisingly, it's pretty warm.
Hmm.
It's quite comfortable, actually.
Does it smell at all? I'm just kind of like trying to see if there's anything weird about this water, or if they just want it clean for whatever reason.
It's a little stagnant smelling, not horribly, but
Hugh's over there cooking stuff.
she's ray of sickness singing.
Yes, sorry. I'm just prepping.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Thanks.
it's been at
Um,
this point it's been long enough. Like it's been
Yeah,
about
I
an
just
hour or so, and Pew, you do wake up, and you're
I
still
do wake
feeling
up.
kind of crummy and lethargic, but you're awake.
But all of a sudden, I remember I know something really cool called breast sickness too.
You remember.
I
And there's
remember.
two frog people hanging out in front of your little house, and Rusty's gone.
I'm gonna see if I can do real sickness on them.
Okay.
So, no, I can't.
Okay. So, yeah, you try to. So, what is ray of sickness? Is it? It must be an attack roll.
You, it's not really an attack, but it's a spell. What is it? It's really cool.
it's a ranged spell attack.
It's the ranged
Oh, hey. Okay.
attack in range.
So
Ranged spell
this.
attack against the target.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that's about it.
Okay.
I did not.
So you go to do this spell. You somehow know, and this ray does like come out of your hands, which is really fucking cool. But you like can't really direct it. Whether it's because you don't really know what you're doing yet, or because like magic isn't quite working fully at capacity right now. It's sort of, instead of hitting the frog people, it hits the side of the wall, like right by the door. And they both look over and see you sort of standing there with your hands in some kind of summoning gesture and start just and
Shoot.
Are they just yelling? Am I far enough away to hear or not
no,
hear
you
this?
can
I
hear
don't know
it.
how.
You're not that far away, really. So you hear this starting to come from the house area.
Oh.
And
Uh-oh.
none of the frogs around you do anything, but you notice that a bunch come from the building across the way from you and like start running towards the house. The slave quarters, if you will.
Oh no.
And Pew, as you're sitting there like, oh shit, you see them all like come. You see like there's the two that were at the door come inside, and then 4 more green ones come inside, and a purple one comes inside.
And I just put up my hands and go, I don't know what happened.
And they're all just like talking to each other, talk. And the purple one says, rope. And they all immediately go silent. And the purple one, looks at you. Says, you are slave now. No fight.
But don't you want to use my skills in a better way than just, I don't know, whatever you're going to use them? I have skills.
It looks just totally confounded. And talks to the green ones a little bit again, and then walks out. And the green ones sort of are milling around you, and they all, like a lot of them have their spears kind of pointed at you. And then one of them pokes at you until you like get up and start walking towards the door.
Okay.
And you get out. You can see Rusty just doing something in the water to the north of you.
Do I see her come out?
Oh yeah, you see everything that didn't happen inside the house. You saw everyone go in and the purple one come back out, and then her get poked out of the house and surrounded by like 8 green frog people.
I'm like not barely trying to conceal that I'm like pretending to clean still, but I'm just watching. I'm already over these stupid frog people.
Okay. So while you're doing that, like you're not paying very close attention to the ones that are around you. And as you're watching what's happening outside of the slave quarters, you get poked in your back.
Oh.
And he says,
all right.
Clean.
And I keep going.
Okay, and Pew, you get herded up to the pools.
Okay.
They all sort of confer amongst themselves. And then sort of, and the purple one, the one that had originally talked to you, Rusty, comes down. And says, You clean pools now.
To me?
Yeah. Rusty's up there cleaning the pool.
I immediately, upon hearing this, mimic it and say, You clean pools now.
Pew shoots this dirty look. How? Oh. Like how? With what?
Hands.
I just clear.
Why? Hands.
Clean pools. And the green ones around you poke at you more. Poking you like into the water.
Why do you need the pools cleaned? Yeah, I'm sure I could clean your pools, but why?
Must be clean.
Why must they be clean?
For hatcheries.
You want to make babies in here?
Yes, clean pools.
Clean pools equals happy babies?
Yes. Yes.
But isn't there more efficient ways of cleaning pools besides hands? Like maybe rags or like other things or strainers?
I asked if they had a pool skimmer and nope. And just like
the purple frog is totally confused.
I went through it already. I'm just like, come here and like start lazily cleaning the pool. And then I don't know what other, if you speak other languages, because I figure they barely speak English. But like try to see if Pew here speaks something else that I do. Like I'm like, habla español. Habla Elvish.
No.
Shit. Well, hey, let's I guess clean until we have an opportunity to not clean anymore. And then just kind of yeah.
Okay. I guess I start cleaning with my hands because that's the way they want that stuff. Okay. And Pew is very like just pick at the water and go, no.
On the plus side, the water's warm. It's quite pleasant.
Yeah. So it's like spa day, but with stuff.
I feel like at some point I'm gonna like pop my shoes and socks off and roll up my pants and just like, Daisy Duke it and like not Daisy Duke, but high water it and like walk around in the water. Because why not? Like I'm not gonna do anything because there's too many of them. I'm gonna wait for an opportunity to do something, I think.
Okay.
And so I'm just biding my time and kind of amused that this rich girl here is having such a hard time with like outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Pew is not enjoying herself.
So, Rusty, as you're kind of wandering around a little bit, you notice that there are more pools built up in various places around this swampland. There's like another one. So, like if you were right here, there's like another one back here, and then you actually notice that inside the ruined buildings, there's a couple. So, and you find like 4 of them.
Okay, are they all just empty, like just water?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there anything in any of them? Once I heard them say that they were for hatching, like I want to, like I'm kind of keeping an eye out in case there's like tadpoles or something in a pool.
Yeah,
like,
in 2 of them, you actually do find tadpoles.
Huh. All right, I'm not gonna walk in those. I don't think that just seems a little gross. But yeah, I keep kind of biding my time and then sort of looking around to see if I notice anything else. But that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And I very effectively just go, ugh. Like try to kind of clean, but just lightly pick out things and like shake my hand every once in a while and go like, ugh. Still.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after a while, the frogs, who've been getting even a little more lackadaisical, like with your perceived, sort of working with what they're telling you to do. They're not watching you super carefully, but they're still, milling about. There's still a bunch of them in the area.
Okay.
And the purple one kind of wanders off, but he's replaced by another green one. And a group of them start talking and like kind of looking over their shoulder towards where the purple one went and talk, and looking over their shoulder, And then, so they're there and they're guarding you, but they're not really paying much attention to you at this point.
Okay. I think I'll go, like I'll look when I have the opportunity over towards the big churchish building towards the north and see if that seems like the place where our stuff might be, or like how many frog people are around there.
Okay. Do another perception check. Okay. So you look towards this building to the north. And it definitely, like the more you look at it, the more you see that they've kind of kept it up a little bit. Especially compared to everything around. Like, yeah, it's already sort of the most well-built building, so it's holding up the best. But they've also put some work into it. Like, there's some stonework that's kind of been put back together, and it just looks a lot more kept up than anything else. And as you are sort of keeping an eye on it, you see one of the yellow frog people go by again. And then after a while, kind of maybe another one, maybe the same one, come by again. And every time the yellow one is sort of in view, all of the green ones that are kind of near you sort of step up to attention a little bit more and sort of pretend that they're working a little harder.
Okay, so it seems like those ones are in charge, and the green ones seem obviously like the working class.
Yeah. Yeah, so your sense of the hierarchy at this point is like green, and then the purple, and then maybe the yellow above the purple, or maybe, you can't really tell because you haven't seen a lot of interaction between yellows and purples.
Yeah, that's interesting. And so while we're cleaning, or half-heartedly cleaning, I get close enough that we can chat quietly, but like still keep working, and using the biggest words possible. I'm just like, we got to figure out where our stuff is, and we got to find our belongings and abscond with them, and make haste due towards and I'm like, talking all hilariously, but specifically because they don't understand much English. I'm just like, yeah, we gotta get our crap and get out of here.
Okay.
Is pretty much what I'm saying, but we got to find the right time. And so I just like kind of plan a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree with that statement.
Okay. Well, when I see an opportunity, I'll maybe, and like, because there's sort of walls between, because there's sort of the outlines of them, but is there
Mm-hmm.
like walls up still?
Yeah.
I'll just like,
And they're in various states of disrepair. But there are, you know, taller and shorter. Elizabeth, I think that's you.
really staticky.
Yeah. You've also been super, super laggy. I wonder if we should try
She's
restarting this call.
Suddenly a robot.
Yeah. I'm gonna hang up on you, Elizabeth, and I'm gonna call you again. Because now you're
Can't
just
hear
gone.
you. Yeah.
Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, yeah, I know the cameras are all messed up now, guys. Let me figure out how to add her back in. Okay. I just pushed the button. It turns out
they're
it's really
bad.
easy.
Is it going to fix itself?
Sometimes it does. Maybe not this time.
Maybe. Hey, I think it is.
Oh, it's better. You're still muted. But you can move again. You're not a slideshow. Still
Can't
muted.
hear you. You're just static. Is your headset connected properly?
Am I muted now?
Nope.
Nope. Your headset lights went off.
Yeah,
But-
I unplugged it.
Oh,
Okay,
now you're
great.
using the webcam mic probably?
No, it's plugged in with the audio part,
Oh,
but the
okay.
lights,
Huh.
I don't know.
Are somehow messing with it. Well, you are back and we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So we are agreeing that things are going to happen, right?
Yeah. And then I was gonna say next thing is like, because there's pools around and there's like the buildings, I'm gonna like work my way around to a place where I'm gonna be out of sight but still working,
Okay.
and see what I'm just gonna keep doing stuff, cleaning these stupid pools, but I'm gonna do that and wait and see if they like react to me being out of sight of like the ones that we're watching,
Okay. And there are
kind of to gauge like.
yeah, there are some all around. Like there's a little
Okay.
clump, and then there's there's three sort of scattered around the other sides. But there are places that you could get out of range of all of them, specifically like inside the buildings. And I just realized my light isn't on, so I'm gonna turn it on.
Oop.
Whoa! Now it's really bright. Okay, now it's better.
So yeah, I'm gonna kind of like make my way in and intentionally get out of sight to see kind of how long it takes them to come check on me, and if they get upset or whatever.
Okay.
And like I'll keep working, but I'm just kind of minding that.
So yeah, as you kind of go in and out of their view, you don't really see that you get any reaction from them. Like every now and then one kind of looks up and looks around, but then once they see you again, they go back to not paying that much attention.
Interesting. I'll keep going for a while. I guess we have a bit of cleaning to do because there's a whole bunch of these stupid pools.
Yeah.
Are they just like dirt on the bottom? Are they like,
They've kind of built up the sides with some stones, and they built up the bottom with probably stones, but there's dirt over the stones.
neat? Yeah, I'll kind of keep plugging away because there's enough of them around. I don't want to try fighting them barehanded because I'm not good with that. So I'll just keep on keeping on for a while until like, I don't know, lunch or sometime.
Okay, yeah. Well, actually, as it turns out, it starts to get a little darker after a while. And one of the green ones sort of looks up and notices, and after like a couple minutes of them sort of talking amongst themselves, one of the purple ones kind of wanders down and talks to them for a second, and then the green one, like one of them, because you're really having a hard time telling them apart, probably.
Yeah.
Not knowing how to differentiate frog features.
You frogs all look the same.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Drake. You brought a ball. I see that. You're a very good cat. Okay, ready? And so what was I saying? Oh, so the purple one talks to them for a minute, and one of the green ones comes over, says, "Okay, home," and pokes you guys
All
with his
right.
spear.
Yeah. I presume we're heading back to the same little
Yeah, he
wrecked house
starts
that we were
herding
part
you
of
towards
before.
your little house.
Sweet.
And so you just go with him?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I don't see a reason not to. Like,
Okay. Yeah, so you get back and you find there's another tray of food waiting for you. And they've actually sort of dumped like big handfuls of like pine and cedar boughs in that little hut. I mean, for them, they were huge handfuls,
great.
probably.
Yeah. So it looks like probably like really shitty bedding
Yeah,
is what they've dumped
probably.
in there. Great.
Okay.
This is gonna be awesome. Is it the same food as before?
Yeah.
Cool. I I actually I asked Pew, did you feel bad after eating that slug? Is that what did it?
I think, yeah. I don't know. I just felt bad after eating.
Ugh.
Maybe we shouldn't. Let's not eat the food. But then, how do we say that we eat the food? Because I'll probably be like, you haven't eaten.
I felt fine, but I don't know. I'm gonna just avoid the slugs because those seem like the worst thing to eat, even though they tasted good. Like I feel like that's the trap.
Yeah.
So I do that and I'm eating, but then I'll take some of the slugs and then like throw them out one of the like back like drop them outside one of the backside windows
Okay.
to just make it look like we ate some.
Okay.
Okay. Are you avoiding
Unless
the
they're-
slugs also, Pew?
I just decided not to because I'm being an idiot, I think.
Okay.
I'm
You've
just gonna
disappeared again a little
Avoid
bit.
eating.
You're going to avoid eating them?
Have,
You're really
I'm gonna
disappeared.
avoid eating them.
Okay.
Does that mean I get a full meal because I get to eat her food?
Okay.
Oh, is she not eating anything? I missed. I think.
Not eating anything or just the slugs?
Yeah. She'll eat some of the watercress. Okay, so she'll eat like a couple bites, but not a full amount. Can you hear me?
Ish.
Kind of. Yeah.
It's not your headphone, it's your internet, I think.
Yeah.
So, or the Skype connection, but or some
And then
combination thereof.
the only thing I want to do kind of is see after we eat, like as you said, it's starting to get dark.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like late in the day finally?
Yeah,
Did it
it's
seem like
dusk.
afternoon already when we woke up?
It
Were
was
we out?
kind of hard to tell, but probably given that now it's dusk.
Okay. I'm just gonna like look around to see if there are like patrols and stuff are changing. Like if they all go to bed at night or something.
Okay.
And if they're not, if the guards by our little house aren't like facing us, because they were just facing away before. If they're not watching us, I'll be really obvious about like looking out, but standing back a little from the windows to like not let outside people see.
Okay. Yeah, they're not
So-
facing you. They're not paying much attention.
So yeah, I'll spend a bunch of time kind of looking around, eyeing the area to see if they like go to bed and there's like just two guards in front of our place, or if like they have the whole town's guarding all night
Okay.
or whatever.
And handily, you have night vision of a
Yeah.
sort.
Yeah, I got some dark vision.
Yeah. So you can, I mean, you can't see super well because you still can't see forever with dark vision, but you can see enough to have some kind of idea of what's going on. And you notice that there's still patrols going around, but there are less frogs out in general, or at least out where you can see them.
Do I get the impression that they can see in the dark as well?
Yeah, they're just walking along like there's no big deal.
Great.
And as you're standing there, sort of trying to figure out what's happening, you actually notice, you can't see, but you can hear a lot of them up probably by the temple talking to each other.
Okay. And so, like, to the south of us, is there pretty much like nobody because there's not really much down there?
Yeah, that's just kind of the patrol goes by every now and then, but nothing else really.
Okay. And there's like a back window that's open here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And does it kind of stay that way? Like, I'll kind of, after I'm satisfied for a while, I'll go back and talk to people and be like, so, might be able to sneak out? And I'm like being real quiet about it, whispering it, because they're right there.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of tell her like what is going on outside. I presume she's just like hanging out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out for the moment, going like, okay, I didn't do things right earlier, so.
Yeah. What did you do, by the way? I didn't see it.
I tried to do some things. I'm at a green light and make things sick, but it didn't work.
Yeah, they didn't seem to like it very much.
Maybe I can try again later.
Probably. And then yeah, I'll I guess hang out for a while and wait until it's like fully totally dark out, and like maybe like wait until I like see if the noise dies down at the temple up there.
Mm-hmm. And it continues on for quite a few hours, but and I guess if you're gonna want to sleep, then they will probably outlast you. But if you're gonna just stay up,
I mean, I did wake up in the afternoon.
that's true.
So
you're not terribly tired, but you might be by middle of the day cleaning pools tomorrow. Okay, so after a few hours, there is sort of an extra loud chant, maybe, or something that they all do. And then it gets much quieter.
These things are so fucking weird. Yeah, I kind of wait a little bit because and kind of look to see like, are they all sort of leaving or are they all staying in there? I don't know if I can see that far.
You can't really see that far. You sort of see some maybe shadows moving towards like the barracks or whatever, where they seem to be mostly going in and out of, like the green ones.
Oh, that's the one on the far side that I saw earlier in the day. Okay.
Yeah. But that's really the only thing you can see. And I guess I should, like, the chanting basically just sounded like a frog chorus, right? Like it just suddenly became like a frog chorus and then it went away. That's their version of chanting, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. After a while after that all stops, I guess I'm gonna, like, I kind of want to go investigate the temple to see what the hell goes on up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what I'll do is see if I can like looking out the back side of the hut, like make sure that there's nobody in the near vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
And then like see if I can hop out the back side and like go to the edge of the building and look around, and then stealth my way up north a bit, because I got sort of the lay of those buildings there earlier in the day, and then yeah.
Okay. So do a stealth check. Okay. I think I need dice, actually. So you start making your way up, and you have to go, like, you can kind of go around the extra swampy pool area if you want to, or you can kind of go through
Like
it.
the longer way around.
Yeah.
Like I'm mostly looking for like what's mostly like most out of the way. Like I'm okay with going further if
Okay.
it gets me further away.
Okay. So as you're making your way around, you notice that there are, as there were earlier, and sort of extra guards around the hatchery. And two of them look over, like they hear, you, I don't know, hit a branch or something. Like you don't actually really know because you thought you were being pretty stealthy. But they both look like straight over at you. And you get the whole burp, 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 burp.
I immediately start acting like I'm looking for somewhere to pee.
Okay. And one of the guards comes over and has a spear out and starts like, poking you back towards your little hut, and then sort of sees maybe what you're doing and stops poking you and just looks at you.
And then I just like awkwardly turn and I'm like, all right, and kind of go up to the nearest tree, I guess, and then just like, all right, whatever, and then just walk back to the house, I guess.
Okay. And he escorts you back. And then after that, there's still the two guards at the front, but he stays at the rear window.
So he saw me come out the rear window?
Yeah. Well, he's now standing at the
Jerk.
rear window, so maybe.
Great. Great. Fuck it, I'll go to bed.
Okay.
Stupid Frog Town.
And Pew, you've just been hanging out the whole time?
Sleeping. Yeah.
Okay.
Hanging out, sleeping.
Okay. There was a commotion at one point, and Rusty came back in the house.
Okay.
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 So you guys sleep. Sometime in the morning, you get woken up by a commotion right outside the front of your little house, and lots of frog noises. And after like a little bit of this, and you can't really see what's going on, but you can, there's many of them, more than the 2 or 3 that have been guarding your little house. And after a little bit of this, one of them comes into your house, and this is actually a yellow frog person.
Okay.
And
Hi.
he sort of looks you over. And sorry, I'm just double checking something.
I'm just gonna say, we get it. We're slaves.
Okay.
Why don't you have like a filter system for your hatchery?
I think we are.
Yeah, it's not efficient.
Do you speak better English? You seem like you're in charge.
It kind of looks a little confused.
Oh, god damn it.
And finishes looking you both over. And then goes back out of the house. And sort of barks some orders maybe at all the ones around you. Or, all the ones around the front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the purple ones comes in. Presumably the one that speaks English. And says, Great Grog, great Grog, wants you in temple today.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
Must be respectful.
Of what?
Great Grog.
Okay.
Sure. Why
Yeah.
not? So, I'm mostly interested in finding my stuff. Uh, so yeah, I'm just gonna go because I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out where my crap is.
Okay. So he leads a little contingent, like you are now very heavily guarded, up towards the temple. And as you go into the temple, they all sort of cower down, like immediately. Like they're not really bowing the way that you would think of it, but they're all, very, very cowered down, like almost bowing.
I
Like, and they're not even looking
kind of
up.
do that. I kind of do that, but really like I'm not looking up at the dude because I don't really. They all look the same to me. I am looking like scanning around a bit to see if I can see my stuff anywhere.
Okay. So do perception, or maybe investigation. Perception's fine. Okay. So is you're sort of scanning around. Do you want to
My
make it stealthy
investigation's
that you're
better, by the
standing
way.
around, or
Well,
scanning around,
I'm
or just kind of
uh yeah. I mean, I kind of don't want to get stabbed, so
okay? So maybe do a stealth roll also to see if you're very sneaky about looking for your stuff.
yeah, I
Yeah, you're
am.
super sneaky. You're the sneakiest. So you very covertly manage to glance around the entire temple. And in the process, you see that the yellow one is sort of sitting up above everybody else, and it's flanked by two orange ones. And then sort of around them, not really in any kind of order anymore, but there's a couple of red ones and like one purple one that's kind of in a corner, and your escort. And you don't see like your belongings necessarily, but there are some like sort of heaps of stuff around. Like it's not very
Ooh,
clean,
stuff.
but they've kind of like put stuff in piles
Does it look like
around the room, like maybe
human
piles of
objects?
rags or piles of like it just kind of looks like piles of like it's dark in here. They don't have lighting, and it doesn't actually have very many windows. So it's pretty dark, but
Great.
they yeah, maybe they're human-like objects. Maybe there's like just clothes, or maybe there's, sort of some weapons with some stuff on top of it. Like it's hard to sort of figure out what the shapes of the piles of stuff are.
Awesome. I'm so excited that I can't tell what's what. And then yeah, I'm trying to like sulk enough like the plebs that are guarding us, I guess, to be like respectful. I'm not going to talk at all, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the ones that are all sort of surrounded, like they've fanned out kind of around you, are still like all of their spears are in like towards you. Like they at a moment's notice would just like stab you from all sides, both of you.
Oh,
And
great.
and the purple one that led you here says, "You clean temple today."
Awesome.
Okay.
Go clean.
Cool. I'm going to start cleaning,
Be
but
respectful.
really yeah, I'm going to cower, but also just look for my daggers and rapier and crap, and
Okay.
kind of see if there's like stuff there. I mean, I kind of like I've got to take their lead on what they want cleaned, I guess, but they
Yeah.
clearly had a rager last night and want to make these slaves clean up. I get it. So
So,
yeah, so I guess I'm gonna be working on one of those piles of stuff
okay.
to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go over to a pile and they let you, as if that's what you're supposed to be doing.
And I presume they're pretty like mindful and close to
Yeah,
me the
they're
whole
paying
time.
very close attention, much more than they were
Sweet.
at the hatchery.
Cool. So excited.
So you start to kind of look through the pile, and it's just like literally this pile is just a pile of rags. Like it's maybe things that they've worn that they discarded, or things that they got off people. Like, who knows? But it's just a pile of like raggedy fabrics and like there's some like hide in there, and it's just a pile of rags as far as you can tell.
Okay, so I guess like see if they want me to like take it outside or whatever they want me to do with it, and just keep cleaning. And I'm gonna work my way around and see if I can get through to find like if there's any of my crap in any of these piles of stuff or anything interesting. I guess that's not just stupid frog Battletoad crap.
Okay. And Pew, what are you doing?
I'm gonna clean a pile, I guess, very half-heartedly.
Okay. And once you've kind of got stuff in your arms, they sort of motion you towards, like right outside the door, like off on the porch a little bit. They're just like, put it there, basically.
Okay.
So you have your little like place to put all the stuff. And are you looking for anything, or you're just cleaning? You.
Did I have anything on me besides? Because I
mean, you just
walked
got
out.
up to go to the bathroom.
So no. I mean, I could kind of look for things of interest, maybe, but
Okay.
I'm not really focused on looking for things.
Okay. Rusty, make an investigation check. Okay. As you are working your way around the pile, and you've kind of been avoiding looking like directly at the yellow frog person, great grog, because nobody else is looking directly at it, right?
Be right back.
But in your sort of like glancing around, like as you're doing things, sort of trying to be stealthy, figure out where your weapons are, you kind of catch the gleam of metal right by where the yellow frog person is sitting. And so as you sort of glance over again more, you actually notice one of your daggers is sitting like on the chair arm, basically, that he's sitting at.
Great. And he's flanked by orange dudes that are presumably armed
Yeah.
or important looking or both. Awesome. Just one though?
Yeah, just one.
Great. Yeah, I keep looking because
Okay.
I'm real annoyed that he took my stuff.
And after you continue to look and you kind of made your way more around the temple, you actually notice that your other dagger is in the sash of one of the orange ones.
Oh, that asshole.
Yeah, they just stole your daggers and armed themselves with them.
God. I'm thinking to myself, man, street rules, I gotta go fight the guy and take it back. Fuck that guy. And I keep cleaning, but it's good to know that where they're at.
Yeah.
So
You have now identified them. Was that the only weapons you had on you?
I probably would have had. I might not have had it on me because I had the rapier with me too, but it's less sort of convenient to have on. Mm-hmm. So it probably would have been with my stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, at some point, I'm gonna try to take a picture. If it's not, if my phone is still gonna work, I'll turn my phone on, like just reach in my pocket and turn it on.
Okay.
Because I'll be able to, and then try to sneak a picture of the important dudes
Okay.
while I'm cleaning.
So you go to do this, and the bright flash flashes over the whole room. And they all like stop what they're doing and look at you and just start like croaking. And the green ones around you come back and they've got their spears and they're looking at you and they're trying to figure out like what you did to make a bright light.
I just put my phone away. I don't know.
Okay.
I was going to try to be stealthy, like sleight of handy with it, like sneak out a picture, but I guess
Well,
not.
you snuck a picture, but it's really dark in there.
Okay. Fine, I guess.
I mean, if you told me you turned your flash off.
I felt that was part of being sneaky about it.
Oh, okay. Next time.
So,
Okay. But you have a picture now.
yeah, cool.
And after a little while of like sort of trying to figure out what happened. The purple one is sort of comes back and he says, "No magic. You too," and points at you, Pew. "No magic."
I'm just like, okay, and Pew's probably just amused because she knows exactly what I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just be like, oh, I'm sorry, and just like keep cleaning.
Okay. And eventually it kind of goes back to status quo.
Yeah. Is there anything at all other than just like their weird, dirty laundry?
So a few of the piles are just more weird, dirty laundry. One of the piles is a bunch of sticks, like that are kind of all the same length and look like they've been sort of battered against each other or against something. And one of the piles actually is like once you get to it and sort of pull off the thing on top, you realize that it's like a jacket, and that underneath that there is a body.
Oh,
Is it a human body?
Yeah.
Is it a human body that I recognize?
Do an investigation check. Yeah, you don't recognize it. It's it's sort of like a middle-aged woman who has probably been dead for not terribly long because she doesn't stink, but for long
I check
enough.
her pockets. Or like, I mean, I presume I'm gonna like drag her outside, but how long did you say she's been dead?
Probably like a couple of days,
Well,
based on your limited knowledge
crap.
of dead bodies.
She like all stabbed up, or like what?
No, you actually
Or she
can't
just
see
dead?
how she died.
oh,
So no obvious wounds or anything. Well, I feel like I'll have an easier time of this outside, but I want to check and see if she had anything on her.
Okay.
And so I'll like, I guess, drag the body outside and then like check it real quick.
Okay. And as you're dragging it outside, one of your guards nods at you. Says, "Yes, yes, that."
And yeah, so I take this poor lady outside. And yeah, I guess, kind of, is it just like if we've been throwing all the different stuff into like the same pile outside? Or just like
unless
tossing
you've
it into a big
tossed in
rubbish
different
pile?
piles, they didn't tell you to do
I mean,
anything
like, I
different.
don't, okay. Like, I feel kind of bad now because this random lady's dead, and these guys seem like little frog assholes. So,
They are little frog assholes.
yeah, so I'm gonna check and see if this lady has anything on her. Because,
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't need it anymore, so.
Okay. You go through her pockets and you find a wallet and a cell phone. And that's all.
And does
a
it have her
Kleenex,
ID in
but,
it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it turns out, I mean, if you're going to look at the ID.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her name was Millie Vincent, and she was 54.
Oh, poor Millie. And still, like, even with dragging her outside, I didn't see any obvious signs of. Well, that sucks. I'm going to sneak a picture of her because I feel bad, and yeah,
Okay.
these stupid frog people killing some lady. She probably ate too many slugs, but whatever.
Lethargic herself into death.
And yeah, I'll, I guess, keep cleaning because I don't really, there's too many damn frog people for me to do anything.
Okay.
So
So the day progresses and you get the temple free of piles anyway, if not clean. I mean, you don't have like broom, so it's kind of hard to make it really clean. And once all the piles are gone, the purple one comes over and says, "Okay, back to house."
all right, I guess we go.
Okay. And back at your house, you have another meal waiting for you.
Great. No slugs.
Okay, so you eat everything but the slugs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Again.
And then just like, yeah, throw some, like, I don't know, out back or wherever. Hide them under some branches or something so they're not like, I'm like a little kid that doesn't want to eat his vegetables. I don't want my parents to
Stirring them
know.
around the plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And
And
then
you just are left in your house.
no
Like
guards this time?
nope, there's still the two guards, but they're like it's still daytime, but they're not like sending you anywhere else.
Hmm.
Is it, how late in the day is it?
It's like late afternoon.
Hmm. Uh,
Do we want to try to attempt to go out the back window this time? See if we can do something?
yeah, I mean, they'll see us. Like, they saw me last night.
Are you sure?
So, yeah, they saw me and I acted like I was going to the bathroom out there. And then they brought me back. So, and they have my stuff and I don't really want to leave without it. But, I mean, if I have to make a choice, or we could wait because our friends will probably, like, come find us.
Yeah.
Like,
Where are they?
I don't know where we're at. I mean, it's kind of foresty, but that's like this whole state. So
Mhm.
I don't know. But
Hmm.
yeah. Um,
I don't know what to do. Well, we could try me doing magic again and getting in trouble. If that works.
I mean, I could try talking to them to see if they will, like, we could try to start a rebellion and get the green
Maybe.
ones to, like, murder everybody. What do you think? It's worth a shot?
Yeah, it's worth the shot. Let's try and convince them.
And it's two green ones that are guarding our.
Let's try to persuade them that the purple ones just think the green ones are arseholes. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do we convince?
I'm pretty good at lying, but
You do it.
let's see. So yeah, I'll just go over and, like, go to the doorway and say, "Hey, you there?" Get their attention.
Yeah, they both turn around. And one of them, who you're actually starting to recognize a little bit, that this is the one that if a green one talks to you, it's usually this, like it's this one.
Mhm.
And he's been your guard most of the time.
Okay.
And he says, yes.
I'll just say, "Hey, do the purple ones treat you badly? Because they were saying that you guys are useless, and that's why we had to do everything."
He sort of
Like, I
looks.
try to say it as simply as possible. Like they say you're useless, we do the work.
You
And, like,
understand purple?
yeah, purple, like and I kind of, like, motion towards one of them, like, yeah, the purple. He said, you, like, yeah, I kind of try to Italian it, like, bippity boopity.
You understand grung?
Uh,
And he starts just croaking at you.
no. They said he speaks English, and I'm like, the purple one in English said you, like, I'm just lying.
And eventually he sort of gets it. He says, no, you slave. Me
But,
warrior.
but, like, I'm trying to, like, make him think that the purple one was talking shit about him.
Yeah.
I gotta start that internal drama.
All right, roll persuasion.
I'm lying. Is it deception?
Sure, it could be a deception if you'd rather. Okay. After a while, he starts to look a little concerned, and he starts croaking at the other guard. And then they both look towards one of the purple ones that happens to be going by. And they croak back and forth to each other again. And yeah. And then he looks back at you and says, "You stay."
And I'm like, yeah, no, yeah. And I'm like super agreeable.
Okay. And he sort of checks to make sure you've eaten your food. Says, "Okay." And they both walk away towards the barracks.
And I immediately, once I know they're out of earshot, I lean over and I'm like, holy shit, I think that worked. And then,
let's get out of here.
do you want to run for it? I really want my fucking daggers.
Let's go into the temple, sneak into the temple. I think that's a smooth move.
I don't. Did you see that orange asshole? He had one of my daggers on his belt, and I want it back. I want to punch him in the stupid face.
I want to spray him with sickness, so let's go.
Do you want to? Do you want to go right now? Like, I hope that I want to see like a whole like revolution happen. Remember in history when they were telling us about that play, The Miserable Ones, those French people. They were talking about it. Like, maybe we'll start a revolution here.
Yes. Yeah, that miserable one. that miserable book. Yes.
You know, the one they made the movie of with the hot lady and the bad singing and that Australian dude that's useless. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And these are private school children, ladies and gentlemen.
This is how I talk, man. I'm from the ghetto. I mean, I'm done keeping up appearances, I think, but
Okay.
That movie. Yeah, I remember that movie. Okay.
Anyway, and I'm just gonna like hang back so it's not obvious I'm standing in like an empty doorway. Mm-hmm. So maybe in the window and just hang back and kind of watch because it's still daytime out and just watch and see like what's happening because they went over to the barracks and like I want to see if like we get like a posse, like if the green ones grab their pitchforks and like torches and go on like, you know, they go to do a thing. Like I'm kind of looking out for that.
Okay.
And see if like something happens.
So for quite some time, nothing comes out of the barracks. It's like not even the normal patrols. Like there's just nothing leaving the barracks. Some people go in, but nobody comes back out.
There's still guards around, right? Like it seems it's still mostly business as normal. Because I was just like, yeah, it's daytime. Like I'm not sure we can just like wander off in the middle of the daytime.
Guards around.
And I still have no idea where I'm at. Like in the forest. I haven't tried to figure out where I'm at. I'm a city kid, so I don't know. But
can I turn on my phone and see if it works? See if GPS works. Okay. Does GPS work? Like
roll
maps?
a percentile.
Percentile?
A D100.
Oh, okay. Am I doing this right? Nope.
/roll and then 1D100.
Yep, I forgot about that part.
Okay. It doesn't seem to be connecting to the wider world, and your GPS doesn't work.
Okay.
While we're having this little electronics break, I check to see if that lady's phone will turn on.
Okay. It turns on, but it has almost no batteries.
I immediately turn it back off.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I kind of want to find out more about this lady. Where's her address on her ID?
So she is from somewhere in Seattle. I don't know. She's from Seattle area. And, you know, kind of just a normal middle class area.
Okay. I'll just keep that in my jacket pocket then.
Okay.
Out of habit, I check to see if there's money in the wallet.
There are a few dollars, but mostly there's just credit cards.
Okay. And yeah, I'm kind of watching to see if there's like patrols or if like any of the purple ones are like, or any of the frogs are noticing that there's like something amiss.
Mm-hmm. So after like it seems like forever that everyone is like still in the barracks because you're waiting and waiting. And like people are still or frogs are still patrolling around. But okay. But it seems like it's been ages. But then finally one of the green ones comes out and it's followed by like 3 other green ones. And
where are they going?
They walk straight over towards the hatchery pool.
Interesting.
Like way more like movement
purpose.
than usual. Yeah, purpose.
I'm definitely like, I notice it. I make sure that Pew notices it, and
Okay.
I just say, if I had popcorn right now, I'd be happily eating it.
And that
I think this is
where
going to
we're
be good.
going to take a break. Unless, do we need to be done or do you want to take a break, Elizabeth?
I'm not sure how long I'm not sure how long it's gonna take, but
Okay.
because he's over a bit away. So
Okay.
I'll
Well,
text you
maybe
when-
that's where we're going to have to end it for tonight then.
Okay.
With the popcorn moment.
Popcorn moment.
Popcorn moment. And who knows what's going to happen?
Starting a frog
Starting
revolution.
a growing revolution.
Like that one miserable French play or book
That they made into a movie.
with a bad Australian singer.
Just like that.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys for playing tonight.
Yeah.
And
No,
we
it
will
was
pick
good.
up from here next week
Okay.
and see what happens with the other half of your group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been going through their own crazy adventures while you've been kidnapped.
Yeah. I honestly haven't seen it, so I'm interested to find out what happens to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I am interested to see a frog revolution. So
Yeah.
I am too.
I was really hoping for a high roll on it. Of any of the rolls for the night, I was hoping to get that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. And he
Revolution.
rolled a 1. So
Wow.
he was like, oh my God, you're
Yes.
right. But
Yes.
for when you were trying to stealth out the back, I rolled 2 20s.
Oh God.
So I was like, yeah, no, they saw you.
Oh,
It's like the best rolls. So,
Jerks.
yeah,
for
right.
Froggy Revolution. But
With Froggy Revolution, that might be happening.
I'm gonna be sad if I lose my daggers, man. All right. Oh well.
All right.
I'll figure it
All
out.
Okay. Have wonderful evenings, guys. And thanks everybody for watching. Hearts to y'all for being super cool, awesome people. If anyone has anything else to say before we go, this is your moment.
Oh, I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a really great night. And thank you, Tokens, for all the links. There's links. Follow them if you want to, if you enjoyed yourself. Okay. And I'm going back to the game over screen. But we're not going to play music because I can't make it work. So thanks, guys. Bye.
bye. Okay. Bye.